Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucy and in today's video we are filming another pretty big book haul. So if you've not already watched my spring book haul, which basically was supposed to be the one book haul of the season, didn't quite work out that way. There were a lot of books featured in that haul though, so do give that video a watch if you haven't seen it yet. Guys, basically I ended up accumulating a lot more books and I didn't want to wait until summer to include all these in there, so I thought I'd just do a bonus book haul, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you enjoy the books that I'm showing you today. So before we do get cracking on this video, why not click that subscribe button and click that notification bell, and that way you'll never miss an upload from me. Anyway, we're gonna get cracking with the first book. So I recently did a little shop around Waterstones as the bookshops opened in the last month in the UK, and it was just so nice to be in a bookshop that I ended up buying 3 books. The first one was A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. So you might have spotted this book in my most recent reading vlog, which I'll leave a link to down below, or you can click somewhere here and you will be taken to the video. So A Heart So Fierce and Broken is the second book in the Cursebreaker series by Bridget Kemmerer. I've already read this, I enjoyed it, but I had some thoughts. This series is an incredible fantasy series. The first book, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and this book just takes the series to a whole nother level. So I really wanted to pick this book up. I also need to pick up the final book in the series now, which is called A Vow So Something and Deadly. I can't remember what the names are, but this was a lot of fun and I'm glad I picked it up. The second book that I picked up on my Waterstones trip, I've already read as well. I don't know what's happening with me just buying books and immediately reading them, but I'm quite happy about it. It is Heartburn by Nora Ephron. So this gorgeous little book is a novella by Nora Ephron, who is the writer of many successful books and eventually films like Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, and Heartburn I think has also been made into a film as well. This is basically a novella about a woman called Rachel. She is a food writer. She discovers at 7 months pregnant that her husband is having an affair with someone they know, like one of their married friends. And this book is basically a stream of consciousness in a way about her realization about her life and the direction that she wants to go in. It's basically told in a lot of kind of like very wry observations about the society that she lives in and the people in her life, and there are some passages in this that are completely beautiful. So I really wanted to pick this up because I know this is such a popular novella, but I didn't expect to love this book this much, and you can hear more about this book in my recent reading vlog. And the final book that I picked up from my Waterstones haul was Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. So this book was Waterstones Book of the Year for 2020, and honestly this book has just been everywhere. This is the story of Shakespeare's son and is set in the week that Hamnet, Shakespeare's son, dies. So this sounds very interesting and I'm very keen to read this. I think it sounds awesome. Obviously it's got all this incredible awards hype and noise around it, and I really do hope that I enjoy this book because I have heard incredible things. So I think the rest of the books in this book haul were very kindly sent to me from publishers for review, and the first one is this bad boy. I'm so excited that I've been sent a beautiful finished copy of Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. So this is the second book in the King of Scars duology. I don't know if it's got like an official duology name, but this is the second book that comes after King of Scars, which focuses on Nikolai from the Shadow and Bone universe. So, have I read King of Scars yet? No, but I do plan on reading King of Scars very soon, so I can get around to reading this. Thank you very much to Hachette Children's for sending me this beautiful hardback. Honestly, with all the Shadow and Bone hype that's going around right now, like I am really keen to catch up on King of Scars. And of course Nikolai isn't in the series yet, but I'm sure he will be coming in season 2, and I'm very excited about his arrival. I just think this is one of the most like beautiful hardbacks I've seen in a long while. It is stunning. So thank you to Hachette for sending me this beautiful copy. I love it. So the next book was very kindly sent to me from Duckworth Books. So thank you guys for sending me this one. This is The Master of Measham Hall by Anna Abney. So this book is a stunning little proof that's been sent to me. This is actually published on the 15th of July. And this just sounded great. I mean, I'm a big historical fiction fan and this just seems to tick all of the boxes. So let me read you a bit about the blurb on the back. So it says, Measham Hall will not fall to lesser men. 1665, it is 5 years since Charles II returned from exile. The scars of the English civil wars are yet to heal and now the Great Plague engulfs the land. Alethea Hawthorne waits in anticipation for her brother William's pardon for killing a man in a duel before they can both return to their ancestral home in Measham Hall. But when Alethea is cast out on the streets of London, a long road to Derbyshire lies ahead. Militias have closed their boroughs to outsiders for fear of contamination. Fortune smiles on her when Jack appears, an unlikely travelling companion who helps this determined country girl to navigate a perilous new world of religious dissenters, charlatans, and a pestilence that afflicts peasants and lords alike. So this just sounds incredible, and it sounds very much to me like a mixture between like Philippa Gregory, a bit Jessie Burton-esque as well. So I'm really intrigued to read this. I do find that time period very fascinating as well. I think I've read a few books about the English Civil Wars. I can't remember which ones now because I read a lot of historical fiction, but I do find that time period really interesting because obviously it's a time period where the whole country is just being torn apart, either parliamentarian or you're royalist, and I just find it all very, very fascinating. So thank you to Duckworth for sending me The Master of Measham Hall. I am very intrigued to read it and find out more. So the next book that was kindly sent to me was Hexed by Julia Tufts. And this was kindly sent to me from Orion Children's Book, so thank you to them for sending me this gorgeous, very striking proof. So Hexed is described as Sabrina the Teenage Witch meets sex education. This just sounds absolutely incredible. Like, what two comparisons there? That's just amazing. So this is about a girl called Jessie who discovers she's a witch and has powers. And she's trying to navigate all that whilst obviously being at school and having to deal with this guy who's really misogynistic. So this is like a feminist witchy book. And that sounds incredible. Like, I am down for that comparison. So this is publishing in July, and honestly, I just think it sounds fab. So hopefully I'll get around to reading this one very soon and I can share my thoughts with you all. So the next book sounds absolutely incredible, and it is Things to Do Before the End of the World by Emily Barr. So thank you to Penguin for sending me this gorgeous finished copy. So Emily Barr is the author of The One Memory of Flora Banks, which got a lot of praise a few years back, and honestly, this book sounds like the post-apocalyptic novel of my dreams. So it sounds super eerie, but it's basically about a girl who is living in this world which is like, time is running out, like oxygen is running out, like the world is over pretty much, and she's probably one of the last people on Earth. But then our main character Olivia meets up with Natasha, who is her long lost cousin, and at first she seems great. Like, she's very confident, she's very funny, she's very effervescent, and Olivia kind of sees this rub off on her. However, there appears to be something not right about Natasha. There seem to be darker things at play. And this book just sounds incredible. So kind of teamed with that kind of toxic friendship potentially, and the end of the world, and oxygen is running out, and they've got less than a year living on the planet. A lot of things might go wrong. So huge thank you to Penguin for sending me this beautiful finished copy. I'm very much in the mood for some dystopian fiction, so this sounds great. So the next book is one I am so excited about, and that is because it is by my lovely friend Sana, who is of course Books and Quills. She has just released this book club journal, and this copy was very kindly sent to me from Octopus Books. So if you know Sana, like, you know she is like the queen of reading, and you know, her recommendations are on point. She is one of the best bookish people out there. And so it only feels right that she has created this incredible journal for your book club. So at the beginning, there's loads of stuff about how to take notes, like how to annotate books, how to read more, how to host digital book clubs, which as we know is very, very important right now. There's also some ideas if you want a physical book club as well. And then the rest of the pages are just like blank spaces where you can just write down everything, like everything you thought of while reading your book. So there's like spaces for the date started, date finished, what format it is, the number of pages, the first impressions, thoughts after finishing the book, themes and characters. So honestly, I am so looking forward to reading this book and just to using it, I guess. As I'm not actually part of any book clubs because it's just too much pressure for me, I think I might use this as a book journal to kind of help my book reviews and my monthly wrap-ups. So I'm really looking forward to starting to fill this out, even though I kind of don't want to just because it's so beautiful, guys. Like, look at this. Oh my god, I love it. So congratulations, Sana. I'm so thrilled for you. And please do, if you're watching this, please order a copy of Sana's book. If you're a reader, this is like the perfect book for you, and I'll leave a link in the description bar below. So the next book I got sent was from Icon Books, and it is Quarantine Comics by Rachel Smith. This book is, as it says on the tin, a comic book all about quarantine and the past year. So it says, an award-winning graphic memoir of lockdown life, Quarantine Comics is a funny, tender, heartfelt and insightful look at isolation and loneliness. And Rachel Smith basically drew a comic every day in lockdown in 2020, and we've come up with this like incredible quarantine comic. So there's some gorgeous kind of like scenes, like this beautiful double page illustration here, and also kind of the more traditional like comic strips. So I'm really excited to read this. I think it should be a super quick read. This is already out now, I believe, so please do check it out if you are interested in some comics. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to this. I love anything that kind of comments on the past year because I just like reading other people's experiences, you know, and the fact that it is in comic book graphic novel form, it is just a very accessible medium, and I'm hoping that I can read this one really quickly. The next book is one I am so excited about. I know I keep saying this, but it's an exciting one. It is Monstrous Design by Kat Dunn. So this is the long-awaited sequel to Dangerous Remedy by Kat Dunn, which is a magical kind of fantasy book set during the time of the French Revolution, which I adore. Any book set during the French Revolution, I'm a sucker for it. Anything that's set during like Les Miserables times is like the ideal. I've not yet read Dangerous Remedy, so I hopefully will be reading that one soon, and I can read Monstrous Design very, very soon. But on the back of the book, it says it features swashbuckling, super fast-paced action. Great. Own voices, queer romance and found family, also great. A diverse cast of fearless heroines, storytelling as sharp as a blade, secrets, passions, treachery and betrayal, a whirlwind of history, horror, dark science and magic. And it says if you binged on Bridgerton and inhaled harlots, this is the perfect book for you. So I love all those things, so I'm very, very excited about it. So the final book is one of the most colourful books I've seen in a long time. It is The Outrage by William Hussey. So first off, this finished copy is just absolutely stunning. So thank you to Usborne for kindly sending me this book. It sounds incredible. This is basically set in England, but it is set in an alternate England where I believe being gay is like a huge threat. So this is an LGBT romance, and it says, page turning and heartbreaking, this is the Handmaid's Tale for LGBTQ+ YA. That sounds incredible, guys. Like, I really want to read this like ASAP. So this is already out now. You can pick this up. I will leave a link in the description. But I really do enjoy like Handmaid's Tale vibes for books and TV shows. And I think with the LGBT element here, this sounds super, super like gripping and important. So I'm really intrigued to pick this up, and I'm excited. I've not read anything like this in a long while, so count me in. So guys, that is it for my bonus book haul. Thank you all so much for watching this video. And as ever, all the books mentioned will be linked below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon in my next video, guys. Bye.